Hello, students, and welcome back to class. How did you like the English extra lesson? Do you feel like you understand time and being able to talk about the time? I hope so. Um, I know it was a big worksheet, a lot of questions. Today will be a little easier. We're going to be looking at Let's Go, and we're going to be going over asking some questions here about what you do on the weekend. So let's quickly review some of our vocabulary from Monday. Okay, so what is the word that you use when it's 100% of the time? When you do something 100% of the time, what is it? It's always. It's something you always do. Okay, next one. What is the word for when something you do 80% of the time? It doesn't have to be exact. About 80%. What's something you do about 80% of the time? What's the word? It's usually. It's something you usually do. Now, what's the word you use for something that you do maybe about 40% of the time? Just, about 40%. That word is sometimes. It's something that you do sometimes. And the last one, something that you do 0%, is never. That's something you never do. Okay? So, always, usually, sometimes, and never. Okay, now let's look. We're on page 50, and we'll go over this, and we'll practice a little bit more. Make sure it sticks in your brain. Okay. First, let's take a look at this picture, and we'll look at what they're talking about. Okay, so number one, that's watching TV. Okay, because the question is, what do you do on the weekend? So, number one, he's saying he watches TV. Number two, practice the piano. Remember, these are your old vocabulary words. So we have watch TV, practice the piano. What's number three? Do you know? Go shopping. So number three is go shopping. And number four is take a nap. Take a nap. So we have watching TV, practicing the piano, shopping, going shopping, and taking a nap. All right, so the question is, what do you do on the weekend? What do you do on the weekend? So number one, what's the answer? It's watch TV. But do they sometimes watch TV? Usually? No, it's always. Number one is I always watch TV. Okay. So, number two, what do you do on the weekend? And she responds, So that's about 80%, which is usually. She says, I usually practice the piano. I usually practice the piano. Most of the time, she practices the piano on the weekend. Now, number 3. She asks, what do you do on the weekend? And she responds with, I sometimes go shopping. Not all the time, not most of the time, but sometimes she goes shopping. All right? And then number 4, she asks, what do you do on the weekend? And his response is, I never take a nap. So on the weekend, he never takes a nap. So just some things to think about. I know you had a homework assignment to do this already. So I'll be looking at those soon. That's all for today. And we'll be practicing this a little bit more tomorrow to make sure you get it down. Have a great day, everyone.